All right. In today's session, we will be going over the classroom view. We're going to be going over how to onboard parents, how to make sure parents have received their invitation to Learning Genie, how to send engagements to parents, how to review your attendance and your visual checks, and how to send in kind to parents. So, first thing is the dashboard of Learning Genie. So when you open up Learning Genie, it should look something like this. Of course, yours would say the name of your um, agency and your name here as well. In this case, mine says Sherry Escobar. I'm Sherry, and I am at the training agency. So in this example, we're going to be using this training classroom. Um, for you, it would be whichever classroom you are assigned to or whichever sites and classrooms you are assigned to. Now, when we want to onboard parents, we're going to see here that we have this parent tab, this parent option. This tells us that 3 out of our 4 parents in this classroom have been onboarded, so we're missing still onboarding 1 parent. If we click on that parent option, we're going to be able to see the parents who have already been onboarded. Um, and for the parents who have not yet been onboarded, we have the option to either send an email invitation, which would send it directly to their email, or they can use a parent invitation code, which would require the parent to have the app installed on their phone, and they would enter the code into the app, and it would be automatically linked to the child. So for the code, you would click on that, and then it would open up an individualized code for each child. This would be entered into the app on their phone and it would be automatically linked for the parent. So that's one option to onboard parents. Now, the other option is by doing the email invitation. And to do the email invite, you will need the parent's email address, right? So in this case, we're just going to make a sample email and then we're going to click on invite. And then it's asking you for your confirmation if you really do want to send it to that email. We click on yes, and now this parent has moved on to the pending tab. In this pending tab, we can see that the parent has been given this temporary password and that they have 30 more days to complete their creating their account on Learning Genie. Now, since Learning Genie is a parent engagement app, it's very important for us to invite all of our parents and to make sure that they have the application downloaded on their phone so that we're able to send them notifications and communicate with them. So they have 30 days to complete this. If they do not complete it within the 30 days, then this would cancel out completely and you would have to resend an invitation. Once the parent is onboarded, they would move on to the onboarding tab. Additionally, when the parent downloads the app and goes through the account setup on Learning Genie, they will be given step-by-step instructions on how to view their notifications, how to change their language settings, how to chat. So that's why it's very important for the parents to also do their own onboarding because that way they will get onboarded with the Learning Genie system. Okay, so that's how we onboard our parents. Once the parent creates their account, this number would also change into a 4. Now, if we click on the classroom, we're going to open up the engagement tab. And as you can see here, there are no engagements, but if you have been sending engagements, you would be able to see a history of the engagements that have been sent out. And there's multiple types of engagement that you can send. If I click here on that add button, we can see here all of the different types of engagements that are available. So if you want to send parents a notification that their child is taking a nap, you can send that. If you want to send them a notification that it's lunchtime and this is what your child had and they finished most of it, you could send them that as well. If they're bottle fed, you could send notifications. So in this case, let's try to send a food one, right? Because we just had lunch. So let's say baby had lunch at 12 o'clock and they ate most of their food. We could say David ate most of his food. The lunch was a sandwich. and milk, as an example, right? Now, if you want to take a picture of that and send it with this message, you definitely can. And then we have here that this is being sent out to David. Now, if you want to make it a general message, you definitely can do that. Maybe you can change it to the child or baby or whatever you want to say. And that way you can add more people, more kids. So if all of the kids ate the same thing for lunch and you just want to notify all of the parents that um, they got their lunch already, you can select everyone. And that way you can send out the message to everyone all at once instead of having to go through one by one to send the same message. All right, so once you are happy with how your message look, you want to notify parents about the food, you click on save, and now parents will automatically receive that notification that a teacher send the message about the food. And if we go into the other children's profile, we can also see now that they also have that food log because we sent it to everyone. Now there are also different types of engagements you can send. For example, if you send a nap one, you can send that the child had a nap from 11:15 a.m. to, let's say, 11:45 a.m. David had a nap. And again, if you want to add any pictures, videos, media, you could go ahead and do that. But this one, we're just going to send it to David. So if we're happy with how it all looks, all the information is correct, we're going to click on save. And now we can see that there is a log here for David's nap. And if we go in through the other ones, we're going to see that nobody else was saved with that because this was only for David. All right, so that's that type of engagement. So we're going to go to the engagement tab here. And in that engagement tab, we have this send engagement, which is the same exact page here, just a different way to get to it. But we also have this events option. Now, if you guys are hosting any events and you just want to get more attendance from your families, you want to get an RSVP, you want to be able to sign in parents to your events, you can use this events tab here in the engagements. Now, to create an event, you're going to click here on the orange add event. You're going to add the event name. So let's say that this is our turkey drive. Turkey drive. And we'll add a little description. Please join us for our annual turkey drive. Oops. And if you have any flyers that you're sending that out with, you can add that here as well. We have this advanced setting options, which would require parents to sign. If you're taking attendance, you can use a check-in QR code sent to parents. That just means that you could use a QR code to check in parents. So that's really cool if you want to take attendance like that for your events. And then you also have the require a teacher to confirm parent check-in. So that means that parents, after parents sign in, somebody still has to go in to approve that check-in. So again, these are all optional. You don't necessarily have to use these, but those are all features in Learning Genie available to us. We also have the website link option, so you can add a link to another website. Maybe if they have to register for the Turkey Drive and there's a link that they have to use for that, they would go there. Or if you have a separate RSVP link that you're using to track attendance, you can enter that here as well. Again, optional, just a feature that we have in the system. Then, of course, we add the date of the event. Let's say that this is going to be on a Friday at 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, we're going to be hosting our turkey drive. And this is going to be at Center A. All right. So once we have all of that information added, you would click on invite families. Let's see, why isn't it giving? Why is it not giving me the option to add families? That's weird. Oh, there we go. I don't know why it wasn't letting me click that. Okay, so you select the site that you want to send this to. Okay, in our case, it's the training class. And then we just double check everything, make sure that we have everything spelled correctly, the event name, the dates. Okay, everything's good, the location. All right, awesome. And if it's all ready to go, we're going to click on At a Glance. It'll give us a preview of what this event is going to look like when parents open up their app on their phones. And all it's going to say is it's the turkey drive. It's on November 22nd. Join us. All right, I'm happy with it. I'm going to send it to the families. Now, it's going to show you this conflicting event dates and times because we have a lot of events going on at the same time. We have daily attendance, Ready Rosie registrations. So, even though it conflicts, we know that it doesn't actually conflict, and parents get to choose what events they go to, even though there's multiple going on at the same time. We're still going to click on confirm and send it out to them, and then parents will automatically receive their notification on their phone and they'll be able to RSVP, and we'll be able to keep account of how many parents are going to be joining us on that day. All right, so let's move on to the attendance portion. So, of course, at our sites, we have parents signing in with the QR code. To get that QR code for your site, you're going to go into the sign in slash out review. And here for authentication purposes, you're going to have to enter your password again to be able to get in. And of course, depending on how many sites are assigned to you, you would have more, it would take more or less time. So if you have a lot more classrooms assigned to you, this page would probably take a minute to load. But if you just have one classroom assigned to you, it probably won't take that long. So here we're going to see all of the parents that have already signed in, scanned in their child. However, to completely sign in the child, we have to approve the visual check. And to approve the visual check, you're going to just click on that child. And then you can see that there's already a signature here, there's already a sign in, but the visual check has not been confirmed. So you would just have to view that child, confirm that all of this is accurate, and then confirm the sign in, and then the child is fully signed in. All right. And to get your QR code for the parents to be able to sign in, we're just going to click here on this QR code button, and it's going to open up a QR code. Now you can download this and print it across your site, um, and that way parents will be able to sign in. All right, so that is the attendance and the visual check. We are going to move on to the in-kind portion. Now, in in-kind, we have a bunch of options here, but here today we're going to focus on the activity assignment, and that is how we send out in-kind to parents, in-kind assignments for parents to complete at home. Again, this page can take longer to load if you have more sites assigned to you. It is just being a bit patient with the system. Once it loads up, we're going to be able to see all of the in-kind assignments that have already been sent out, as you can see here. And we're going to create a new assignment. So we're going to click on that orange Create Assignment button. And now you have the options to create weekly in-kind assignments, monthly assignments, or a custom assignment. This case, we're going to do a weekly. Okay, and we're going to select which week. This will be for this week. And now we're going to add activities. Of course, you select whatever program you're at. I'm going to select Early Head Start. And then you're able to select activities. Now you're able to select activities based on whichever area you work on. For example, if the parent comes up to you as a teacher and says that they're specifically wanting to do more activities um, about baby's grip, you can send them specific in kind related to whatever parents' concerns are, or maybe you are a disability facilitator and you want the parent to specifically work on IFSP goals or whatever it may be. You can choose activities that relate to whatever the parent is going through at the moment. In this case, though, I'm just going to choose some random ones. Send 5. Okay, and then we're going to click save. And now, if I want the parent to do these activities more than once in that week, I can just hover over one of the options and then select that plus so that they do it more than once that week. So that means that this activity, I'm asking parents to do that one twice this week. And maybe this activity, I also want them to do that one twice. Okay, and now I'm going to select which children I want this to go to. I want this only to be for my training kids. I'm going to click on save, and then if you want to enter any comments, please complete these in-kind assignments for the week. Thank you. And if you have anything you want to add to that, you can add that there as well. And if you're happy with how all of this looks, you're going to hit the save button. And it's going to tell me that I already did an assignment for that week. That's because we did the same training earlier today. Ideally, you wouldn't want to overlap it. And this is just a reminder that you already made an in-kind assignment for this week. Do you want to make it again? You can click confirm. And then the parent again will be notified that they have new in-kind assignments. And when they open up their app, they're going to be reminded to complete their in-kind assignments. Again, this is the cool part of having parents installing the app on their phone. They'll be able to get those notifications directly to their phones versus as an email, sometimes so many emails come in through the day. We're not really reading through all of them, but since Learning Genie is directly related to the program, they'll know that it's something about their child, something related to their child. All right, so now you can see that I have been able to send out my in-kind assignments, and you can even see like how parents are doing with their completion of the in-kind assignments. So maybe if it's midweek already and you're seeing that some of the parents haven't done anything yet, you can just give them a gentle nudge and remind them that they still have those in-kinds for the week that they haven't completed. Any questions about the in-kind assignments? All right, and just as a reminder, guys, if you're coming in after we started, please enter your name into the chat to be able to get your attendance for today's session. All right, we're going to move on into the messages portion. So, of course, the communication um, features that we have in Learning Genie is also one of the big reasons why we have Learning Genie. So we can send out school announcements, which, for example, this turkey drive that we're having on Friday, we can send out also a school announcement for all of our staff and parents to know that on Friday we're having this turkey drive. And to send that out, if you want to send it out to all of your staff or all of the staff at your site, for example, I'm at the training center. If I just want to send it out to all of them, I could select just them. If I want to send it to all of the staff at all of the agencies that I have availability to, I can select all staff. Or if I just want to send it out to all of the parents, I can select that. Or maybe it's just for one of the classrooms at your agency. You can select whoever you want to send this message to. In my case, I just want the training center parents to know that we have a turkey drive on Friday. Then you could add a message. Oops. Join us on Friday for our annual turkey. And if you have a flyer that you've been using, you can attach your flyer. Once you're happy with how your message looks and you've selected all of the people you want to send this message to, you're going to hit the send button. Oh, additionally, you have the option to send this via just the app, via just the email, or you can send it through both. I would recommend always doing both so that way parent gets notified through the app and through their email. Okay, we're going to click send. And now the parent receives a notification on their end that there is an event coming up. So we've also sent them an engagement event, which notifies them to RSVP to the upcoming event. We were able to also send them a school announcement. This way parents and that was sent out through the app and through the email. This way parents get multiple pathways of communication and they're able to receive the information through wherever is best for them. Now, if we see up here, we also have this announcement history button. If we click on that, we're going to be able to see a whole history log of all of the messages that have been sent. In this case, I'm going to click on mine, the turkey drive that we just sent. We're able to see the parents who have opened this message and the parents who have not opened this message. So this is really great. Maybe a parent that has been saying that they're not receiving any of the messages. Well, here you can clearly see that it was sent out, but that it wasn't opened. So maybe that parent um, has to go maybe through another onboarding to be able to understand how to open the messages or, that's a point of help for a parent. Okay, so let's go into the chat. Now, the chat is a personal conversation between a staff person and a parent, a caretaker. So this is not like the school announcements where we were sending out a mass message to everyone. This is a two-way communication. So to be able to send messages, which I don't think I was able to earlier. Okay, we're going to try to talk to Learning Genie's parent, which I don't think it was letting me. Yeah, it's still not working. Interesting. Let's try Minnie Mouse. Mouse. Okay, it's not even coming up. Okay, well, and I don't want to open up another chat because this is personal information, but here you would be able to select your child. Hmm. Select your child, and you would be able to start a chat with the family who that has been onboarded onto Learning Genie. So if you're not able to communicate with a parent through Learning Genie, most likely it's because the parent has not completed creating their account on Learning Genie. And again, that is an opportunity to remind the parent to create an account so that you can have this two-way conversation. Um, I'm just not going to go through this part too much because I don't want to go through anyone's records. But you would be able to just send any messages. It works like any text messaging platform. And you can send pictures as well, documents, and parents could reply to you directly. All right. Now, aside from all of these features that are included in Learning Genie, we also have the knowledge base. So if we click here on this little hat, we're going to see the help and resources. We have this knowledge base option, which is like kind of like frequently asked questions. So if you have a question, most likely somebody has also had that question before, and you could come here to this knowledge base and look it up and see if you can find some help for that. So for example, um, why can't I see messages? It'll give you a step-by-step breakdown on how to correct whatever's going on. And that is a really great part actually about it because it gives you screenshots on how to do things versus just words reading a step-by-step guide. This is a really great resource. So of course you could come here if you have any questions about Learning Genie. that I have not covered today. We also have the video guide, which is Learning Genie's YouTube channel. And here they have a bunch of resources as well. They go very, very in depth on specifics of the modules that are available in Learning Genie. They also have trainings in different languages. So, for example, they have the app introduction for parents in English and in Spanish. So, this is really great if you maybe want to add that to your parent orientations or if you want to make that part of parent onboarding whenever you have new parents, all up to you guys. And of course, we also have next to that the Learning Genie courses. So if you want to become an expert in Learning Genie, you can take these courses. I'm not sure why now mine is blocked for security reasons. We're gonna get that fixed, but um here you would be able to take multiple Learning Genie courses. Now we also have the notification with the bell icon, and here you're just going to be able to see any updates that the actual system has had. I think it probably froze now. Trying to open that. Okay. Yeah, if you click on that, you're going to be able to see all of the new stuff that's coming up with Learning Genie, any updates to the system, feedback, and you can go ahead and read those as you wish as well.